Hello and welcome to the Batcave, your secret hideout for Brawl gameplay and deck tech videos. I am your host, BlindBat8719. On today's video, I'll be playing for you my Arlinn Flash deck, but before I do, a few asks of the audience. 1. Please click the subscribe button down below, help me grow my channel. 2. I will be appearing on a couple podcasts this month. The first one is Cinematic Adventures as part of their month-long discussion on the Star Wars prequel series, and I will be talking with them regarding the second prequel movie, Attack of the Clones. The second podcast is their sister podcast, the Multiverse Fancast, where I'll be discussing with them the new Marvel movie, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Links to both podcasts will be in the description down below. With the asks out of the way, Arlinn, the Pack's Hope, is a 4-costed Planeswalker, 2 red-green, with 4 starting loyalty and the Transform mechanic. Her +1 Daybound ability allows me to cast my creatures as if they have Flash and come in with an additional +1/+1 counter. Her -3 Daybound ability puts 2 2/2 Wolf tokens into play. On her Nightbound side, I can use her +2 ability to add RG mana into my pool, or her 0 ability to have her become a 5/5 trample indestructible creature with haste. The plan of the deck is to play things at instant speed, where I use Arlinn's +1 ability to flash in big creatures to beat face on the following turn. The typical play pattern is to cast Arlinn on turn 3 or 4, use her minus ability to protect her, and then the next turn, use the plus ability, play my land, and say go. This will cause her to transform and allow me to flash in some really cool creatures during my opponent's end step. As Arlinn's Daybound Plus ability also gives creatures +1/+1 counters, there are several cards in this deck that take advantage of those counters. With the deck tech out of the way, let's jump into the arena for some brawls. This hand seems fine. I'm playing against Fanfun, piloting a Tergrid God of Fright deck. I'm not sure how much fun it's going to be for me, but yeah, this hand seems fine. I may not be able to get this out, but Wildborn Preserver can definitely be flashed in. Got my other 4-drops, which isn't ideal, but you know, it's not the worst thing in the world. So let's start off by saying hello to the opponent, and let's play in a Stomping Ground in tapped. It's a good question, I think, to have here about whether I lead with, well, there goes our Guardian Project, so that makes the decision tree a little bit easier, and so does not drawing a second forest. So, because I was going to say it might be a good point of figuring out, was it worth it against a black deck where I know they can have some instant speed removal. Each opponent discards a card. They really want to get my hand down. Oh, man. I probably would get rid of the Brash Taunter now, mostly because that's not something that I want to discard while he has a Tergrid out. Alright, and now we flash in the Wildborn Preserver. This is not a wolf at all, otherwise I'd be playing out Tevlar right now. Alright, so let's swing for 2. Let's get Tovlar out there. Get the day-night cycle started. He's probably going to eat a piece of removal, because that's what I would do if I was playing mono black right now. Beginning of... Alright, we'll sacrifice the Wildborn Preserver then. Oh, man. Alright, let's try to draw that land, so that now I can get Arlinn going. There we go, Rootbound Crag. Arlinn, that gives me a few more creatures that I can sack for Tovolar's effect. The Heroic Intervention's a nice grab. That could hopefully help out a little bit. But yeah, so very much my opponent's on the discard sacrifice plan. Greater or greater, so everything becomes nice. So no more flashy for me. Do I have any reason to play anything other than that right now? Do I give things haste? I don't. So let's just go wolf-wise, and I would say let's just swing. There's no reason for me to pump. I'd rather just be... this is fine enough. Next turn, if I wanted to pump, I think that's better. I have more things I could discard to my opponent. Foreign Collects. That'd be a reason to plus up Arlinn at the moment. Fabled Passage. And let's get out a... I think I'm okay with Werewolf Pact in, even if he has an exile effect. I'm thinking the one... I think I should be fine with anything for the most part. Junji the Night Sky. Lose 2 life, put a card from your graveyard. Alright, pass. Alrighty then, let's get the extra forest. Opponent is tapped out. We'll sacrifice a wolf token. And let's go with the extra green. swinging with Vorniclex. Get a little trampling action going, and let's swing in. And I feel like this should be enough. Whew! Alright, so there's the deck in action. Fanfun, thank you very much for the game. Let's go on to the next one. Alright, this hand seems fine. I'm playing against Paniko, piloting a Teferi Time Raveler deck, which is basically antithetical to everything I want to do because I can't cast spells on his turn. I'm going to keep this. I like Magda. Start off by saying hello to my opponent. I feel like I might have played this guy in testing yesterday, so I'll go through the log at some point. Led off with a Hall of the Storm Giants, and I think, like I'm saying, I'm going to go with Magda here, and then, you know, nothing else. I let with Magda, well, I made it unreliable as a mana source. Oh, now I draw the Den of the Bugbear. Let's see, we don't have a thing, we can't, so I might as well play, let's play out the Den first. While maybe unreliable as a mana source, she usually eats a removal spell, and that is pretty good. And I probably should have played Robber of the Rich before attacking, now that I think about it. I think I did kind of goof that up a little bit, but let's go with a Robber of the Rich right now. Yeah, I should have played that before combat. I guess I was worried about a counterspell of some sort. Alright. Look, he's not bad. I think the Seasoned Pyromancer and the Nightpack Ambusher are much more important. And I think at this point, my opponent is totally expecting me to play Arlinn right now, which I normally would. But since I'm getting mana, and let's see what he does. They're probably fine taking the 2 because they know they're going to get me next over. I have the Nightpack Ambusher now that can be something that is easy when I play Teferi right now. Totally reasonable. Otherwise now, I'll just play out my Nightpack Ambusher. Because if they counter this, now I know my stuff gets safer later on. Counterspell. Okay, no problem. I'm not going to cycle the Sheltered Thicket just yet, because I want to be able to hold on to my treasures. Alright, so if I do Goblin and Nancemancer, I can do this with Arlinn. So I would say first, let's swing, get a little bit more mana, because let's be greedy when we can, why not? Lead off with the Goblin and Necromancer, see how slow. So he has something. And then let's go with Arlinn. Tail's End, that's definitely one that I gotta start considering playing more, I think. Yeah, put her to the command zone. I discard 2 and draw 2 card. Oh, I get card advantage here, actually. Oh, good question, though. I get card advantage by playing the Seasoned Pyromancer, but my first thought flashed of a board wipe and an opponent seeing 3 creatures in play. So I think, instead of committing that much to the board, I'll go with the Seasoned Pyromancer first. Okay, we'll do that. Let me get Castle Garenbrig's actually really decent for terms of mana stuff, especially if I could use it for some things. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with the Arlinn again. I have enough mana. This way then too, this lets me bait out... Oh, okay, yeah, I'll take that. I'll put her on top of my library, actually. I don't mind drawing her. Let me... Okay, there we go. Yeah, I think he thought I was going to counter. Yeah, I'm going to put it on top of my library. And what was kind of sweet, too, is I could have used the Seasoned Pyromancer to get it back into my hand and pay the reduced cost, essentially. Paniko, thank you very much for the game. Let's go on to the next one. This hand is tempting. It's tricky to make it the most useful one, because I want Rahilda on, too. And I really want to curve out. And do Rahilda, I'd have to do Fable Passage 1, come into play tap, or Immersion Zone, and then Tranquil Ticket attempts into play tapped at some point. But I'm going to go for it. I'm playing against IgorHofbauer, plotting a Samut, Voice of Dissent. Do not be fooled by the mana cost. She is a 3-mana Naya Planeswalker. I don't play against her that much. She seems pretty awesome. Flash, Double Strike, Vigilance, Haste. Other creature control have Haste. Pretty sweet. So we're going to keep this hand. Again, I got a Cathartic Pyre too. Okay, can't deal with her, but it can deal with a few early threats. So we'll start by saying hello to the opponent. Lead off with the Fable Passage, so I make sure I get my mountain with this. Alright, let's crack. They got I'll play out a Lair of the Hydra untapped for their first land. Get the red. Say that out loud to myself so I don't mess that up. A Goblin and Necromancer is nice, but I cannot cast them at the moment. So let's start by playing Rahilda, Wanted Cutthroat. Get the day-night cycle started up. And see if she eats a removal spell. Arcane Signet? Removal spell? No? Okay. Ooh, my own Arcane Signet. This lets me play. You may cast, so I cannot play lands with her. Kura. Okay, Boundless Sky. During any turn you attacked. Okay, so I could use this for later, I feel like. So now, yeah, we'll do the ramp play myself, actually. What do I want to be working on next? Oh, frick, nice. Alright, let's just pretend like I got a lightning bolt at least. Not that it actually matters. Alrighty. That hurts a bit. So let me swing first. I mean, it's free hit for the most part. First strike, no trade. And then let's play out my Anchromancer, because now at least next turn I could at least play out Briar Bridge Tracker and a Cathartic Pyre, if not an Arlinn. I think they're running into the same problems I'm having right now. Let's swing, see what I get. Not that I can play a land, but I think it's still pretty sweet. Redain. I have no idea if they're playing snow. Alrighty, I guess Redain was enough to get through there. So Igor, thank you very much for the game. Let's go on to the next one. Alright, this hand is actually really nice. Rugged Highlands comes to play tap, no problems. Robber on 2, and then I get to keep up my mana against Klimuszko. I'm going to try this one more time. Klimuszko, and who's piloting an Ashiok Dream Render deck. So my first thought, this is a blue-black control deck. Me being able to play instant speed stuff, especially the dual caster mage for some things, would be pretty sweet. Can't search my library, which I don't think I have to worry about too much. But, and the graveyard. Alright, but I'm excited with this hand. I believe I'm going first. Oh, I'm not. Never mind. That might make Robber the Rich has more cards in. Robber the Rich will be so much better now, actually, because he'll have more cards than me, hopefully. Alright, start off by saying hello to my opponent. He led off with an Evolving Wilds into a Swamp. We'll just play the Rugged Highlands to gain the life. World Championship Sleeves. Temple of Deceit. And my opponent will then scry one to the bottom. They didn't like that one. Hovlar would be pretty sweet to get to. That's another Finding the King. Now, it'll make my turn 3 decision a little bit more interesting. They haven't played much extra, so I think I should get the trigger, right? Not yet. Alright, almost there. Now, if he plays out Ashiok, what do? I cannot mutate with the Gem Raiser because that's a human. Alright, I think I swing here? I mean, if I play a creature out, I get something. Baleful Mastery. Alright. I get to draw a card. Alright, that's not too bad. Oh boy. I think, though, I'd rather have Tovlar out. So I think that's why I'm okay with it. Day-Night Cycle started. Solemn Simulacrum is a good one. I think what I'm probably looking at here... Oh, got the Command Tower, so that's nice. This deals 2 damage to any target. This deals it to any target. So it doesn't really matter which one. I feel like I want to attack. Yes, he's going to draw the card. That's the advantage. But then I get to play Arlinn. There's no counter magic to worry about unless he's playing... I think the only real free one makes you pay 5 mana, which he would have. So in this situation, that was a mistake to attack. I should have played Arlinn first. It would have been one less card. And if I'm really worried about the Pact of Negation. Now again, here I'm hoping that by doing this, he only could pick one. He's not playing snow, so I don't have to worry about... Oh, now he really is going to go on the mill plan now. Alright, so control with mill is the win condition. Oh no, that's not good. That probably means that I am going to get hurt really badly right now. Alright, so Castle Embrith, that will be my land drop for play. We will make her into an indestructible creature. It'd be really interesting to see what happens if I were to transmutate Gem Raiser Angiosaurus onto Arlinn. Not going to do that, though. We're going to mutate onto a wolf. This drown thing has me so nervous right now. I'm going to draw one less card, but that's no big deal. Because I'm... Oh, that was... I played Castle Embrith. That was probably a mistake, actually. Because if I had waited to see what I draw, could have played the green source and had Heroic Intervention up to help me out with my field. I got a discard down? I say at that point then, let's just flash in, deal 2 damage to the face. So, my reason I probably made that play too is that I didn't want to... I was afraid they were going to do some crazy draw spell that was going to work with the Drowned Secrets, and then I was going to get milled out and die. Alright, I'm glad my opponent just conceded to me and realized I had so many more cards. Alright, Anyways, just really quick what my strategy was going to be there. I probably was just going to plus Arlinn, play out a land, and then just probably flash in the Nightpack Wolf, and then also maybe bolt them or, stomp on them with the Bone Crusher Giant. Opponent, thank you very much for the game. Let's go on to the next one. While this hand seems fun, I'm going to mulligan it. If I had maybe more 2-drops, and I'm not, I was going second. On one of the Forge is not bad, but I'm playing against Jack's Cayne, which is a really cool name, by the way. Piloting a Professor Onyx deck. This is going to be another mono black control deck, and I just feel like I could be doing more than just playing a creature a turn, so I'm going to go for the free mulligan here. Rahilda, I have 3 lands, and Rahilda seems worth it to me to actually want to fight. That's another interesting one too, actually. Another interesting mutate question. Mutates into werewolf, can I transmute? Probably, actually. And then, yeah. Alright, so let me keep this for right now. Start off by saying hello to my opponent. They have the new pet here. I haven't seen that one a lot lately. Lead off with the Fabled Passage and pass. Alright, never thought of considering that emote to mean hello, but hey, why not? Alright, they let off with a snow-covered swamp, so we know we definitely have blood on the snow to worry about. I already have red. I need to get my green source going here. And then another green is good. That's good for the Angylosaurus. And then let's have Rahilda come out there and bait out a kill spell. Cling to Dust. Yeah, a little more on the control side. Alright, I guess they really wanted to draw the card. Alright, they're ramping up. Oh man, Angylosaurus, right? Oh, I can't mutate the Angylosaurus right now. That's right. Alright, never mind. So let's just swing. Maybe we get something I can cast. Liliana Dreadhorde General is a good hit. Oh my lord. So now I get to try out my Gemraiser idea. Alternatively, I can create... Can I use this right now? Oh, it is a legendary, so I can do that. Okay. Alright, so let's put some... I can actually use Sokazan's ability, so let's channel Sokazan. Get some extra stuff out there. They cast 2 spells. Shucks. It's still fine, though, because it allows me to use a Gemraiser to mutate onto one of these now, and I'm able to then blow up the Celestus, so he can't do that and mess with me anymore. One of the few times where I'm not playing Arlinn out right now, but I think that this blowing up the Celestus is very much worth it. And that was enough to make him concede. Alrighty. Jack's Cayne, thank you very much for the game. Let's go on to the next one. So this hand's okay. I'm playing against Sinkhole, piling an Ob-Nixilis, the Adversary deck. And I feel like they're going to have early creatures that are going to want a casualty to Ob-Nixilis to make copies. So I want a little earlier interaction, per se. Okay, not necessarily interaction, but I have pressure. I'm definitely down for that. So I will keep my 7. The question I have now, let me start off by saying hello to the opponent, actually. I'm going to lead off with alright, so Sheltered Thicket. The big question I have right now is, do I lead off with Magda or Rahilda? Because Magda will ramp me, which will be pretty sweet. And then I also have Rahilda that, well, this makes my decision slightly easier potentially, which would be really cool to have a +1/+1 counter on with Rishkar. So now, the decision has been made for me, and that is totally fine. Play out Magda. And again, I think if I was playing an Ob-Nixilis deck, I've been lately leaning more towards favoring cards that are, discard effects, more so where I get to choose. So I get to see what's in my opponent's hand. I can kind of figure out and play around what they're trying to do here. So let's swing. Could do the Angie. I could have done the Angylosaurus before, but I want to wait. Will be greedy. Walk into a board wipe here. +1/+1 counters with my creatures. But now I have my 4 mana for Arlinn. Maestro Sleeve. So I get a little bit of an extra turn, it looks like. This is one of those new, basically the new Evolving Wall, which I think is pretty cool that they came out with. Ooh, we have a Snow Source, so that's something to be mindful of. I do not remember this Gyarados Guildgate artwork. Thundering Rebuke, totally fine. Cemetery Prowler. So we're just going to swing for 3 then. Play out Arlinn using the treasure token. And let's put a few more wolves in play. Conversely, I can maybe wait the turn to do anything, but if I'm looking at the Great Henge, I'm saying that to you guys. And that would, with Rishkar, the treasure token, all I would have needed is 1 more land. But I will take the risk. Claim the Firstborn. Ooh. Well, the whole point of these wolves is to protect. If they have land... I mean, Claim the Firstborn's great because you have land sacrifice. And that's probably where my mistake was, is that I should have probably double blocked to kill him. And that was my mistake, actually, gameplay-wise. Alright, so just as my own public service announcement for all my fans, they always say now you want to kill the token Ob-Nixilis first, because if you kill the real one, they can replay it, and then the token's still in play. Alrighty, what are we going to do here? We're going to plus Arlinn first. Yeah, I'm kind of upset now that I didn't actually double block the creature, because I don't know why I was... I think it's just a good knee-jerk reaction. I really want to flash things in, as opposed to just playing out Rada and doing a land drop. I think the best bet, though, is to hold off that little bit, unless there's a creature. There's a creature in my graveyard. So you know something? I'm just gonna hold off. We'll transform Arlinn at the moment. What is the plus? I'm gonna lose some life, it looks like. Ghoulish Procession. Whenever more non-token creatures die, create a 2/2. Oh, okay, so that works on my side too. Okay, cool. Which makes sense. You're gonna sacrifice creatures. Resolve. Do I want to discard the Great Henge? I'll decline. I think this time around I will let him do the life drain to me. Make him think I got some really good stuff. Sacrifice a Planeswalker. Alright, sacrifice a Planeswalker. Pass to attackers. Nothing. Okay. I would say I can mutate, get a 4/4. Probably better off having two things, though. Alright, so let's flash in Rada. Just this way I'm kind of getting my card advantage going. My word. Okay. And then I have both of these guys attack. If I were to mutate, that'd be a 6/6. Play out Kodama. Has to deal damage. Oh, they have trample, though. Cards are hard, man. I'm sorry. Cards are hard. Do I want to attack other things? They'll block. And what I was just saying, I was saying kill the copy. Go after the copy. This way, then, I get to at least get a land drop. What do I need? Alright. And then the other thought I have here, too, and reshuffle the top a little bit. So, the reason why my opponent only blocked with one devil is because one devil is more than enough to take care of a creature like that. I'm gonna hold on to what I have. That's really all I got left. He probably sees that I'm really holding on hard onto this Great Henge. But what can I do, you know? Alright, so Temple of Abandon. I can't cast the Ugin, technically. So I think I will just put Ugin away. Land on top, not too bad. Whenever a non-token, create a one with decay. So the question now becomes, do I go wide? I could play Vivian out. Oh, it gives Vigilance and Reach. But I think I need to start going wide. So in that case, that means the Cemetery Prowler is what the play is going to be. So let's go after the token. What's 3? Alright, that's probably going to deal 1 damage to me, I would think. And then let's play out the Cemetery Prowler. And what do I have in my hand? Nothing that I really want to use. So let's go with Instant for right now. Land on top's not bad. If only the Temple of Abandon was the basic force, then I could play out the Great Henge at least and get some stuff going. But it's not going to be terrible at the moment, because right now my plan is I will take the other life, no worries. Because of the hopefully, the plan is, it doesn't really matter with this one. So, mostly because I feel like Cemetery Prowler, look, I don't want him to die per se, but I'm more accepting of the losing the life from Obs than I am from anything else. So if he spends another card here or a Cemetery Prowler, not like I have a creature in the graveyard that he's giving me a pump. Nightmare Shepherd is a good one. I like that. Is he an enchantment? He is an enchantment creature. Alright, so now we make my opponent cry a little bit. Play out the Great Henge, okay? And then let me mutate onto the werewolf to get a 4/4 trampler. Yeah, I like that idea. Take the over. Blow up the Nightmare Shepherd now. We go after the token. Go after the token. Yeah, let's actually just try to kill the token. And then let's get rid of your Nightmare Shepherd. So now my creatures cost a little bit less. Alright. Decline, because my stuff's pretty sweet. Do I have anything in my graveyard to recast? Nothing with the Bloodthirsty. So I'm okay blocking here, mostly also because he's got one card. His card options are a little more limited. So if he happens to kill it, alright, it's bad. But ultimately, I feel like now with the Great Henge in play... Oh my lord, really? Kolaghan's Command. That's not something I usually play around. Ow, that hurts a lot. Alright, so let's play out Sokazin. He's going to make me lose 2 life or lose a Daemon. Lose a 2 life and just discard a card. I'm almost there, per se, with my opponent's creatures. So I'm almost there, like, in terms of outgrinding my opponent right now. So Thorn Mammoth, fight Jadar. He might non-token. So he'll get a second creature here. But now, I think the Thorn Mammoth should hopefully be enough to start putting this me over the top. He's got an Hive of the Eye Tyrant. I gotta keep an eye on this right here. No pun intended, actually. Because that means that's other ways he can deal damage to me. If he has a kill spell, he's got a kill spell. You know, so it doesn't really matter if I block or not, because if the red one, okay, maybe I walked into it, but I would think if he plays a murder thing or something like that.
This isn't over.
Okay. This gets to be scary. Alright, I have land. I got no spells in my graveyard that I can recast with Bloodthirsty, which is why I don't really want to do that. And then I have Vivien as well for card advantage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's where the things get to be tricky. I think I swing first. He's going to block the Rada. Yeah, that's what he's looking at how much mana I have. And this is right now the right play because Rada has activated the ability. So I have 8 lands. So if I were to activate the ability, put me 18 points of damage I'd be dealing to my opponent right now. Problem is, I'm at a lot lower life total than my opponent is, and I don't want to necessarily commit that much mana to doing all of that. Let's go with Vivien. Let me look at some other creatures that I have. Let that resolve.
Tear it all down.
Incubation Druid, why not? At least it's a creature. I actually don't mind this one going in now. Just so I can fight the token here so that my opponent doesn't get a chance to do casualty. They need to now actually have a creature. I'm trying to prevent my opponent, Ebon Dracolich. Alright, so doesn't seem bad. What we're going to do now is we just flash in the Bloodthirsty Adversary. And we have him fight the Dragon Lich now, which is a great card for an Ob-Nixilis deck. Resolve. So now he doesn't get a huge thing, and I didn't lose my Thorn Mammoth. So, okay, he gets a 2-2. He gets a 2-2. So this is a good thing in that regard, I would say. Alright, he's taking the 2 at least. So he's got to play out some devils, I would say. I can't discard, so... Alrighty, so now, this is where things get to be interesting with Vivien. Oh wait, what did it say? Vigilance? Vigilance and Reach. Not Trample. I am looking at a Goldspan Dragon that I can cheat into play, or by -2, I get to put her that away in 5. Leaves me with 3. I think, however, my best bet... Let's go with the Thorn Mammoth. Give that a little bit of a pump. And then, if I do Arlinn... Let me use +1/+1 counter. Alright, so let's have the Trampler take care of the token. And we'll have the rest swing at my opponent. Yeah, actually, I realized that's... I liked about... Somehow, maybe intuitively with Arlinn, by not playing those creature tokens, she doesn't die to the freaking devil here. And then, yeah, I think that's fine. And what I can do next, as long as the Chrono War stays on the battlefield. Oh boy, alright. This gets to be tricky. It happens. You know something? Let me have that fight a little bit. This way then I have enough toughness that I take 1 point of damage. You didn't swing? Oh, it doesn't get haste? Oh, dang. Okay. So let's -2 with Vivian now that I can do that. Alright, Vorinclex. Alright, so let's go with this. And let's pay 2. Let's go for it. Well, I think we swing all out. There we go! Whew! Sinkhole. Thank you very much for the game. That was a lot of fun. Let's go on to the next one. Alrighty, and that is the video for today. The record for the deck was 6 wins and 4 losses, so that was pretty good. One of the things that I really like about this deck is that it plays a draw-go style of gameplay in a color pairing that isn't known for playing draw-go. It's something that I think can get better over time with some of the creature choices. As creatures get better, the deck can evolve. But please, in the comment section, let me know, what creatures would you put into the deck? How can I improve this deck? Please, we'll love to read about them in the comment section. If you like today's video, click the thumbs up icon down below while you're down dropping a comment. If you really like what I'm doing, please subscribe to the channel. Tell all your friends. As always, thank you for visiting the Batcave and have a great day.